Shannon Doherty, kind of known for being difficult.
Talk louder, champ.
They were both known for being difficult. Did you have any problems with either one?
No. No, I didn't. I learned a trick from a guy named Charles Marcus Warren. You ever heard that name, Charles Marcus Warren? Well, he wrote things like the pilot for the series Rawhide, and he wrote a lot of westerns, and he was a tough guy, tough old guy. I worked for him. He did this to Clint Eastwood and Eric Fleming. They didn't get along. They were jabbering at each other and causing a lot of trouble. And anyway, I took what he did to them, and I called. I was in charge of the show, Our House, to the point I had cast approval, script approval, and whatever I didn't have approval of, well, I took it on myself to have approval of. And I called them in and I said, now ladies, I got some new pages for you here. Shannon, this is where you step off the school bus on your way home and you get hit by a car and you're killed right there. And Deidre, this is where you go see how bad your daughter's hurt and the same car killed you, and the rest of us will try to go ahead and make this show. You know, they got along fine after that. They were lovely people, and I got to know them, love them both, and the silliness was over. Yeah. Stop and think, stop and think. Here I am. Not because of a great talent, not because of a gift from God. I'm here because of you. You all gave me the life I have. Now, wouldn't it take a lot of nerve for me to be rude to you, unkind to you, unpleasant with you? And I'm not going to do it. I'm going to tell you all I love you and thank you. That was a short meeting.
Any other questions? I'll ask another one. What was it like to work on the film The Natural?
That was a joy. I happened to be with my best friend, Dick Farnworth, and we made a lot of fun out of what could have been otherwise tedium. The guy that played the lead in that movie was never less than 2 hours late, and it was the shits. But he ain't a bad guy.
Well, there goes my next question about how is it like to work with Robert Redford?
Ask him how it was like to work with me.
Now everyone here that will probably remember you most because it's a horror convention from The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing. And I know you were here at Cherry Hill and you talked in great depth about it, but a lot of people may not have been there. I'm just curious more about the setting, on how it was so cold, because it wasn't shot on a soundstage. You guys actually were in the cold.
No, we were on a soundstage, but it was cold. It was damn cold. If it ever got too warm to hang dead meat, why they turned on the cooler. It was 55 degrees inside that soundstage at all times. Now the opening shots, the beautiful exteriors, they were all done up in British Columbia. I didn't go up there because they didn't need me, and that's okay. But that's where all that stuff came from. But the show itself, the movie itself, was done entirely inside a soundstage at Universal Studios.
Was that your first experience with special effects of that nature?
That was anybody's first experience with that kind of special effect. Nobody had ever done anything like that before. I personally have a certain resentment for that kind of thing, and if you you're interested, I'll tell you why.
Okay.
See, when I was a kid and went to the movies, we had scary movies, and I mean, they scare the shit out of you. But you didn't see what it was that was scaring you. You had to create that in your own mind. And nobody can scare you like you can scare yourself. I can remember riding my little brother home on the handlebars, and there was a great big cypress tree by the side of the road about halfway home, and we'd leave the movie theater having seen a serial of the Shadow or the Invisible Man or something like that. And I'd get closer to that tree and I'd say, now hang on tight, because I know that bastard's in that tree. And he had his own image, and it must have been frightful. We were two scared kids, I'll tell you that. So when they got the ability to do all that stuff and put it in front of you, I always figured it's a little bit anticlimactic. You say, oh yeah, there's that thing again. I got it. Steam and rubber. But after I say that, I gotta say the kid that created all that stuff for that movie and for another rather obscure film called Star Wars, genius kid, Rob Botanic. I mean, most kids go to sleep at night and dream of pretty girls. I'd hate to see his dreams.
Another question?
Yes, sir.
I have more of a comment. I think you would have been good in a role in Batter's Not Included. The movie Batter's Not
I was not in that film, but thanks anyway. That was Jessica Tandy
Yeah.
and Hugh Cronin.